Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video, and in this opportunity I'm actually bringing you an update from a tool I actually reviewed about a year ago. I think it's probably even more than a year ago. I have to check back on that video. This is actually one of the best tools I've ever traded. That I have ever used in my trading career. It is not an indicator. It is actually a tool. It's a risk calculator tool. One of the hardest things out there, besides actually getting a good strategy, doesn't matter what strategy, you're trading ICT, you're trading SMC, you're trading support resistance, you're trading trend lines, you're using indicators, you trade patterns, whatever, right? One of the hardest things is actually knowing what lot size you're going to use, right? The calculation. Doing the mathematical thing, like, oh, okay, should I use one standard in this one? Should I risk just 50%? But how much is it? 50% of my remaining balance of my 25K account is no longer 25. It's actually 24,362 with 56 cents. How much is that 0.50% risk of that? You know, so that's a hard thing to do. Right, you have to do a lot of mathematical things in there, and it takes time. So by the time you're gonna execute, you're like, oh damn, probably the trade is gone, right? So you either oversize your entry, or you enter with a way too small lot size, and then you're just pissed off, right? It is crucial in trading that you have or you know at least what's the actual lot size. You know what's your risk? If you say, okay, I'm going to be risking only 1% of my account, but do you really know how much is it right now? What is going to be your 1%? It's difficult to get an accurate result right there for that, right? Well, let me show you right here, guys, that this tool, it's going to solve your problems. And for the price, you're going to see it later on the video. It's amazing. It's just a bargain. This was the old. I'm not going to show you. This video is not an installation. I'm not going to show you how to install it. What I'm going to show you is just how it works and what are the things you can actually do with this. Okay, it's very simple. Once you get this actual tool, it's very simple to install it. Don't nothing out of this world. Okay, very, very simple. You're going to receive a PDF, even a couple of videos in there to install it. This is very simple. So I'm not going to go through that process, just going to show you here what it is. Right here, this was the old version right here of this risk calculator. I actually reviewed it, as I mentioned, probably a year ago, or more than a year ago. And this tool is amazing. Now, when this came out, I think it was only available for MT4 and MT5. Now there are more platforms where you can use it. So if you're watching this video from the United States, stay on, because there's actually they are actually dropping this on C-Trader. You can have it now on C-Trader, and I think it's called DX Trade, I think it's called. I'll show you in a little bit. So anyways, this is how it was looking before, right? It's a big block right there. So after a few comments, a few requests from followers, the developer decided to update it, right, to make it smaller. So now I'm going to show you here. Actually, my screen, it's probably not going to help too much. I'm going to have to zoom in right now. So I'll try to make this video as quick as I can. I don't want to take much of your time. I'm going to drag the risk calculator. Just make sure you select allow DLL imports. You select allow algo trading. Hit OK, and then make sure right here on MT5 or MT4, whatever you're using. I'm using MT5 right now. Make sure to select algo trading. Okay, sometimes probably this is going to be unchecked. It's going to be in red. Just make sure to click it. It has to be on, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, now this is it. This is the little bar right there. It's a lot smaller, right? It doesn't occupy a lot of space on the screen, so that's cool. Now here's the thing that you can do with this. There's plenty of stuff. So right here, you see where it says risk. Well, this is the window right here where you select how much you want to be risking per trade. Let's say you want to risk 1% per trade you type in 1%. You want to risk 0.50% or even less than that, you can do it. You click by clicking in there, you're going to be able to change that. Here you're going to be able to see the profit, at what's going to be your TP, the stop loss. Here you're going to see the lot size. It's not changing at the moment because I haven't activated the option right now, but it's going to show in a minute. And then you have the risk to reward right here. And this is the new coolest thing right now, which now allows you to add up to 3 TPs. Yes, you can add TP1, TP2, and TP3 with just one freaking click. It's just that amazing. Let me bring it on the screen. So this green button right here, it will pop up this on the right side, which you're gonna drag. You're gonna click and drag. Click and drag. Let's say I want to target about maybe around that high right there. That I want my target. My stop loss. Let's say I want to put my stop loss right here. So I'm gonna click and drag. Okay. The entry is not open yet until I click the blue button. Okay, this is moving freely. This is also going to be moving with it, right? I'm not moving anything. This is moving automatically because the price is currently live. This is Nasdaq. So it's actually moving. It's not open until I click buy, until I click enter, right? So look at this. I want you guys to pay attention in this tool. Hopefully you will be able to see it on my screen. So right here at the bottom, check it out. I tell this tool right here to risk 0.50% of my, this is actually a 15K. This account that I'm using right now, it's a 15K account. So it's gonna be risking is 0.50% of the 15K. Now look at this cool thing, because I already said, and I'm typing right here, what is the risk I want? It doesn't matter where I put the stop loss. The risk, it's always going to be the same. Do you see at the moment, for example, right here, it says $74. That's the risk, right? That's actually 0.50% of the 15K. If I drag it onto here, I don't have to calculate anything. I'm just gonna drag it. Let's say I want to place the stop loss right about there. Look at what's happening with the numbers. They are changing, right? They're still $73.41. They're gonna be risking around that percentage, that's 0.50. It's going to move automatically. Don't matter where I move the stop loss, the number is going to always be the same. Look at that, 74 right there. It's always going to be the same. This is the cool thing. Isn't this amazing? Look at this, the lot size. You might be wondering, oh, but how come it's changing? What is it the thing that is changing there? Also, as I move down and up, you see in the middle right here, market buy lot. This is the lot size right here. You can also see this number going up and down, and also right here going up and down. Right there where the stop loss is, I'm gonna be risking $74, and the current lot size, if I click buy right now, this is gonna be the lot size, 1.27. I'm sorry, right? But if I move the stop and I put it here, look at the lot size. Now the lot size is gonna be lower, of course. 0.46, but the risk did not change. It's the same percentage of the risk. It's the same 0.50. This is why this tool is so amazing, because you don't have to do the calculation. Now you understand a lot better that, you know, many people is confused. Oh, Eduardo, if I put my stop loss here, would I be losing more or less if I put my stop loss here below this low? No, it should not change. Because if I tell you, go ahead and risk 0.50% in this trade, it doesn't matter where you're going to put the stop loss. You have to do the calculation to only be risking 0.50, right? I'm sure you won't be able to do it probably manually. Doing the calculation, you're going to be very confused. How many lot size? What's the lot size, right? It's going to be very confusing, especially for Nasdaq and indices. So this tool, it saves you all the time. All that time it saves you with just one easy couple moves right there. You are all set. If this is what you want to risk all the time, you set it up. This is gonna be your TP. Your TP, of course, it's gonna also change. Right now, your TP will look like $360. If I move my stop right here, the stop loss will always be the same. but the risk, your take profit is the one that is going to be very changing, also changing a lot, right? Why? Well, because that's the take profit. Of course, you're increasing, you're moving the lots right here. The size of the stop loss is bigger. The risk is going to be the same because it's all based. You want to know, ideally, it's what's the risk, how much you're risking. The reward, I mean, you can make it 1 to 2, 1 to 3, right? Whatever. But the risk, the stop loss, the risk, it's the most important. Okay, so 74, 73%, cool, right there. I'm targeting this high. Beautiful. Let's say I want to risk actually 1%. So let's click 1% in there, and now we're gonna see the numbers probably changing by now. Let's see, it's $148. Right, there we go. So $148, it's the risk now. If I drag it lower, right there, it's always gonna come to the same, 148, around that. Okay. Take profit, stop loss. Beautiful. Let's say I want to do a 1-to-1. Let's click here, and I'm going to select 1-to-1, 1-to-1 risk to reward. So let's click outside. I'm going to click here, and this should update in a little bit. There we go. Now look at this. If I move my take profit, because I told the tool to risk only 1-to-1, you see, as I move my TP, the stop loss is always going to be the same. And the risk, it's always going to be the same because I'm telling the calculator to risk 1%. So I'm only getting 1%. Again, this tool is amazing. It doesn't matter what strategy you're using. If you're using indicators, if you're actually using ICT, SMC, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, brother. You can all use it. Now, this is amazing. Look at this. For example, let's suppose I'm not going to be using probably the risk to reward. I'm going to remove it. I don't care about that. I'm going to go ahead and click where it says risk. I'm going to click on risk, and it changes to cash. It will say cash now. Good. So let's say I want to risk only $50 per trade. You know, I don't like about the percentage. Okay, I'd rather risking $50. Okay, good. Then now you're good to go. All you have to do is just move the stop loss. The stop loss, you know, it's always going to say $50. Take profit is the one that is going to increase, of course, right? But your stop loss is always going to be the same. The lot size is also going to be changing as you move the stop loss. See how amazing that is. This is going to apply to the same for sales. Let's say you want to actually sell now. You click on the pink or the red button right there, and now we're looking for sales, right? You see that I'm not in the trade until I actually click right here. I'm not going to do it because this is actually this is a funded account. This is actually a demo. It's trying to pass a challenge right there, so I'm not going to click it. I actually don't need to click it, and just to show you how this works, it's very basically just that simple. So there we go. If you want to, for example, if you want to set a limit order, you click this one. The yellow one is for the limit order, so it means you can drag this thing and put it wherever you want, right? Because it's a limit order. You want to place it buy limit, buy stop, sell limit, right? All of that stuff. You can do it with that yellow button. All right. Now, I would say the most exciting thing right here on this one is the take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. Let's suppose I want to get in here. I want to place my final TP right about this high, and then, but you know what? I actually want a few take profits. Let's say I'm going to sleep right now. I'm going to leave it open, and I want to set a couple of targets, at least close targets, you know, overnight. Beautiful. You just simply go here and just select either TP2, TP3. Let's say I want to select 2. You click on the number 2, and it's going to give you, well, it's giving you an actual target currently, but let's bring it down. Let's bring this thing down here because it's customizable. There we go. It's a little slow, my computer right now, probably because I'm recording this video, but hang on. I'm gonna bring it down. very slow, very slow. There we go. So let's suppose that's going to be the target, and then right in the middle, right there. That's it. So if you see what's the target for this one. This one is gonna, if I'm risking $50, let's say I want to risk, I'm gonna change it now to percentage again. I'm gonna click on percentage. Now there we go, risk. So I want to risk 1% on my account. Perfect. So now I'm set. From here, let's see what's gonna be. There we go, it just changed now. So $148 if I place my stop loss right here. TP1 is gonna give me $100, TP2 $218. All I have to do is just click buy on the blue button and I am all set, just with a few clicks, you know. And if this is something you always do, just TP1 and TP2, you know, it's gonna be always set. As soon as you do this, hide it, right? Oh, I'm ready. Let's say I'm ready to sell, or yeah, let's say I'm actually ready to sell. I'm gonna click the sell button right here. Everything is set. I set it for 2. I set it for 1% risk. So let's say I want to sell. Let's click sell. When I click sell, you see automatically is giving you a TP1 and TP2. Come on, with one click. All you have to do right now is just, let's say you adjust a little bit your stop loss where you want to put it, like just in case. You want to adjust also your take profit 1 if you want, and then just click enter and you are in. That is all. Is that simple, guys? Is that simple? The most amazing thing also from this indicator, believe it or not, I'm gonna bring it in here, is the freaking price. It is just 10 pounds. So this is like $12, 13 US dollars monthly. It is a monthly payment, but believe me guys, how much money you paid stupidly probably during the day. You know, let's be honest with yourself. You know, you buy probably coffee, cup of coffees, or you buy Boss. I know probably depending on the country you are, you may not be able to use, you are like, oh, but you know, if you're living in the United States, for example, you may not, you may say, oh, but I cannot use MT4, MT5 is actually banned here. It doesn't matter. Now it's available on C Trader and DX Trade. What else do you want? It is that simple. For just $12, it's the best investment, because this is an investment. It's the best investment you can do for your trading. It is not that expensive. It is a tool that is 100% necessary. Even for me, I struggle, you know, when I'm not using a calculator like this, I'm still struggling. I normally don't get the exact amount that I want to risk. Sometimes I make mistakes and I close. My students know this, because sometimes I actually have to close. If I open an entry, I just did the calculation bad and I have to close partials because I probably entered too strong on a trade that probably does not worth to enter strong. So, you know, even myself, I make mistakes with this if I'm not using a risk calculator like this. So even pro traders, you guys can use it. It is an amazing tool. Go check it out. If you don't like it, it's just $12. Come on. You don't like it for the first month, I guarantee you're going to want to keep using it every single month. I'm going to leave you the link in the description, guys, for the referral. If you want to help me out with this, just go ahead and check it out directly from the link in the description. I promise you, you won't regret it. This is the best investment you can actually do. And again, doesn't matter what type of trader you are. You are an ICT trader, you're an SMC trader, you support and resistance, you're a retail trader, you like trading indicators, it doesn't matter. It's the best tool for you, period. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.